Hey guys, Luna here and welcome back to another Skyrim console mod video, bringing you guys the latest and greatest mods from the last 24 hours on PlayStation 4. Of course, all the mods, as always, are available for Xbox One as well. If you haven't done so already, check out my earlier Xbox One video that was for today's 5 Xbox mods. So guys, we're continuing our theme of shorter mod videos, making PS4 videos much easier to make, especially since a lot of the bigger mods are unavailable for PS4, and so adding smaller mods to the video allows me to make the PS4 video every day. It's worth it as a lot of you guys are only playing PS4. Keep in mind that a lot of PS4 mods are PS4 exclusive, and I can't add them to the video as I record on Xbox One. However, I was thinking I might keep up to date with you guys more on Twitter, which is something I currently don't do really, but since I have a lot more of you guys following me now, I think it's probably something I should put more effort into, and I will definitely be keeping you up to date more with mods that I don't have in videos but are still worth checking out. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, I will start updating you guys on some cool mods. Also, I will tell you when I'm uploading videos as well. Well guys, enjoy the video and we can jump straight to our first mod. Our first mod is actually two mods that are supposed to be used together called Heroic Weapons and Heroic Armors. This weapons and armor mod is designed for one reason, to give alternative weapons and armors to the higher tier weapons and armors in the game that focus on more of a Nord character, or if you're just looking for a better looking Nord. Starting with the armors, the mod adds in complete light armor sets and heavy armor sets that come in 4 different tiers of damage resistance: Elven, Scaled, Glass, and Dragonbone. Meaning if you craft heroic armor in the Dragonbone category, it has the same damage resistance as Dragonbone armor. However, in my opinion, it looks much better than the Dragonbone armor. For weapons, there are 3 tiers of weapons. Heroic weapons are equivalent to glass, improved heroic weapons are equivalent to ebony, and superior heroic weapons are equivalent to Daedric in terms of damage, and you can craft swords, axes, and bows. And all of the weapons and armor are available for you to craft at the Skyforge in Whiterun. So a cool mod to start us off with if you're looking for some alternate weapons and armor, especially if you're using a Nord. Our second mod is Hole in the Wall. Now this is actually more than one mod, and it's actually a series of similar mods that add small player homes into the different cities of Skyrim. Now player home is a bit of a stretch, they're literally a very small space in each of the cities, with a few of the essentials in them. Designed for starting characters who just want to move to any town and don't have anywhere to live yet, or maybe you just don't want to spend that 10 gold septums in a room at the inn, or are playing a very realistic playthrough and you don't have money to stay at the inn. Well, now you have somewhere to sleep and do other things like craft and alchemy in Whiterun, Riften, Solitude, Windhelm, and Markarth, and I'm sure there are more mods to come. Keep in mind each is a separate mod, so choose just one or download them all, it's really up to you. So another cool mod that gives you a bit of realism and immersiveness, especially if you're just starting out, or later in the game if you just prefer basic living. Next we have a simple but fun companion and follower mod called Khaj. Khaj is a companion that acts just like an ordinary saber cat, but with a Khaji voice, hence the name Khaj. The follower has high amounts of health and holds the level of 500, meaning that he isn't easily defeated. In his inventory you will find a hunting bow, so feel free to take that if you want it, since he doesn't use it. Now 500 might seem a bit overpowered, so he's not a companion for those who want a more realistic and immersive companion, as essentially he can't die. Other than this, he is just a standard follower, who you can trade with, talk to, and give commands. And no, you cannot marry Khaj. So if you've always wanted a snowy saber cat as a companion, then you can try out this one right now. Our fourth mod is a really cool mod, one I enjoy using, and it's very immersive. Crime Realistic Penalties mod adds to the game, well, realistic punishments for crimes you commit. The crime and punishment system has never been very realistic in Elder Scrolls. You can murder an innocent person and pay what amounts to a drop in the bucket, hit someone in the face and only pay 10 gold, or break into a home again and again for just chump change. This mod seeks to add an element of realism by changing the values for crimes to create real consequences for your actions. This mod is not for everyone, but those looking for a more realistic world might appreciate the changes. The maximum days in prison have now increased from 7 to 365. You can now spend up to a year in prison for your crimes. The following new crime penalties have also now been added. If you get caught, you will have to pay 150 gold for pickpocket. 150 is a maximum amount. Smaller items that you steal are often valued at something less, so if you steal like a plate or something and you get caught, then you only have to pay about 2 gold. Breaking and entering or trespassing is now 500 gold. Simple assault is 750. Being a werewolf in public is now 1500. Stealing a horse is 2000. Escaping from jail is 2500. And 15,000 for murder. There are now also changes to the guards. Guards will arrest on sight for non-violent crimes totaling 1,000 or less. They will also arrest on sight for violent crimes totaling 1,000. Guards will attack on sight for crimes totaling 45,000. So if you commit 3 murders, then they will just attack on sight, they won't even try and take you to prison. Overall, a really cool mod and very immersive mod I recommend you download. It's going to make things like the Thieves Guild way riskier now, but you actually have consequences for theft and murder, so it's definitely a cool mod to try for yourself. Our final mod is Better Combat AI. The Better Combat AI mod enhances the combat AI for NPCs within the game. A super cool mod and one that fixes a lot of issues in the game. There's way too much changes to cover, but some of the bigger ones include smarter NPC behaviors, including smarter attacking, such as enemies will attack when they are not defending, groups of enemies will surround you, such as you can see in the video, archers and mages will keep their distance, foes will attempt to block their attacks more often and more effectively, and also use more power attacks. It also changes combat style for different types of NPCs to be more immersive. For example, soldiers are better in combat than farmers, so now in the game the AI reflects this. Animals also now behave more realistic, like wolves will surround you in packs, and dragons will spend more time attacking you in the air, which makes sense, because why would dragons stand on the ground where they're more vulnerable? Finally, other changes have been made to creatures' abilities to flee combat. If they feel like they won't win a fight with you, they will attempt to flee. Passive animals will attempt to flee more often, and aggressive creatures like bears are now more aggressive, and the list goes on. So a really cool mod that overhauls the combat in the game for NPCs and creatures. Since the vanilla game at times, combat can become predictable and unrealistic, and this mod tries to counteract that. So it's worth downloading and checking out for yourself. Well guys, there we have it, 5 brand new console mods for Skyrim Special Edition on PlayStation 4. As always, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment and subscribe, and I will be back later with another Skyrim console mod video. See you all then.